Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot. My name is Stephanie and this is a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars for June 2021. Thank you so much for being here. We will look at general energies. We will look at love relationship situation with you and the other person. If you are not looking at a specific person at the time, this can also be conflicts within yourself or topics that you would draw in right now if you would be in a connection, and things that you could work on with yourself as well. So I did this reading in German earlier. If you're a German speaker, check out my German channel. That's where the cards are already out. Let's get started. We have a lot of stuff going on, astrologically speaking. We are in the middle of eclipse season, so we did have Sagittarius full moon with a lunar eclipse in May, and now on June 10th we do have a solar eclipse with a new moon in Gemini. This is trining you, so this should be beneficial for you. New moon eclipses bring new starts, bring clean slates, bring like a white canvas where we can really visualize, bring in the things that we want to manifest in the next cycle, half a year or even 1.5 years. And this is a new beginning, definitely. At the same time, we do have a Mercury retrograde that is going over the whole eclipse season. So it really, again, brings us back, and this is this overlapping of different directions that we had so often in this last 2 years, I feel like, where on the one hand, we are really forced to look inside. Maybe old cycles come back with the Mercury retrograde to really go within, to look for answers within. And then we have this new moon that is really trying to bring in the new. So we have this kind of, it's not necessarily schizophrenic, but that's the word that's coming in. Maybe it feels a little schizophrenic for you, where like on one hand I want to go this direction, on the other hand I feel like I'm forced to work through this old stuff. But this is the Mercury retrograde, so I would not worry about it too much this month. For you, there's a second retrograde planet, Saturn is going retrograde in Aquarius, and that's squaring Uranus on June 14th. This is a slow square because Saturn is kind of a slow planet, but the square is going exact on the 14th, so there might be a little bit of tension again when it comes to manifesting ideas, and how that really plays out, and how you can revolutionize that in the real world. So there might be a little bit of tension and thinking about how to manifest. It's a lot about manifestation, I think, especially with this Mercury retrograde and this new moon eclipse trining you. So there is a big emphasis on how to. So let's look at the cards. The cards really say, when you're coming into this month, there is already a focus on love. But I'm gonna try to read them more general in the beginning, so everybody has something to work with. We are coming in with already your card, the Star card, and the Two of Cups in reverse. So I think this Star card, Two of Cups in reverse combination really speaks about finding your authentic self, how you can share that with the closest to you. With the Two of Cups, of course, it can't be a love situation. But it can also be very close friends, people where we feel like we want a closer connection, a deeper connection, a more open connection, a more honest and gentle connection with. And I feel like there is some serious block going on for you in the beginning of the month on how to really open yourself up fully. There might be circumstances, you know, that are restricting. But in general, I feel like there is just a timidness even about this. I feel like there's a timidness about this because a star card, you know, when it's upright, it's really about showing your full self, believing. It's about hope. It's about believing in yourself, in your way. Also showing yourself in your full vulnerability, in the full picture, you know, not holding back and not having no shame in a way also, and especially not being ashamed of being human. So there is some difficulty to share, I feel like, your true full self this month, maybe with an old connection, because there is everything is in reverse, so it's just very much like past oriented in a way. The Queen of Swords, this is also you, represents air signs, is also pointing to the past, you know, so in this spread it's really pointing to the past. The Queen of Swords, normally she is the clear analyzer, she is the really logical thinker. She lets all the information come towards her and then she judges. She does the right thing. She knows how to cut through the BS, you know, it's that kind of person. When it's in reverse, maybe there is difficulty to see clearly why, as to why things are happening the way they are. Maybe there is no logical explanation. There is also some sort of, and that's a very Aquarian thing, impatience for when it comes to solutions. So you kind of want to have just this logical solution, and maybe there is a lot of impatience there, mental impatience, like how to get there, because you don't see how to get there, because you kind of cannot figure out what's happening here. Be careful with the Queen of Swords in reverse to not jump to conclusions, because you might have missed some of the detail, especially with the Mercury retrograde. This is really the time where we are very, very prone to missing information. So be careful about that. By the end of the month, I feel like it's getting easier to analyze, but still, I don't think you should really jump into a situation, jump to a conclusion. And the big theme here in any life situation is really let all the information come towards you before you judge. You know, don't judge before even don't make don't go into hypothesis. You know, don't just assume things. Don't just assume things when you don't have the facts and the receipts for it. So this is really, really important this month, also when it comes to love. Because this could really complicate communication with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Also, communication can be kind of wacky, you know. So I would really advise highly to make sure you have all the information in a love situation or also in a close friend situation, so you can come out of this month without bigger damage, you know. So with the love situation here, we have a Page of Cups in reverse on your side, 7 of Wands on the other side in reverse. So as I said, everything is in reverse. It is very strange. Honestly, that's not happening very often. Every single card is in reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. I think for you, this is a connection where you're like, well, I don't really see that much changing. I don't really see myself growing, evolving that much right now. So I'm gonna hold back, or I'd rather hold back any serious offer towards that person, or any more like stable, grounded offer, you know. So I feel like there is this wanting to go a more mature way about this, but the way this interaction is going, you're kind of like, no, I'm not ready to put this work in, it seems like. This other person, 7 of Wands in reverse, there is some issue with boundaries. For me, it really came through very strong in the German reading. There is some issues with boundaries. There is some issues with setting boundaries, maybe respecting boundaries. It could be both, you know. Somebody who is maybe overstepping boundaries, therefore also having a hard time themselves setting the proper boundaries for themselves. Maybe they are not fighting enough for this connection. This is also coming through with the Seven of Wands, because this could be a fighting card in a sense of the lonely battle, fighting the lonely battle and staying your ground. So also maybe this person has no real ground. Maybe it's hard to grasp. And this makes a lot of sense with the cards up here. Maybe it's really hard to grasp what they actually want. And they might not even know it themselves, to be honest. They might be a very flighty person. And yeah, this is definitely something that's coming through here. With the Grandmaster in reverse, this is also the Hierophant card in this deck. I think also you don't want to commit to the situation, because it kind of doesn't seem like it's aligning to your spiritual beliefs, to how you want to live out your beliefs when it comes to relationships. So again, a double card of not investing. I feel like there's a lot of not investing, not wanting to invest from your side, because you don't really sense that this person is giving you the right energy to just give easily, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I still feel like you want that connection for some reason. It could very well be a connection from the past. So now we have the Emperor in reverse. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries, but this is the card that connects you here. This is for both of you. So there is a control thing going on, and it does have to do with boundaries. Again, Emperor in reverse has either boundaries that are much too strict, much too rigid, much too tyrannical, I want to say, or does have boundaries that are super loose. So there is no real structure. There is really, from both sides, I think, and with no structure, there's constantly a battle of trying to, or a struggle of trying to control the situation, because there is no established structure for the connection. And I think maybe even you don't see much structure in that other person, and that scares you, but you're kind of drawn to that. Maybe there is a family line you're coming out of where that was an issue, you know, maybe your father or a father figure or some authoritative figure is triggering that you're drawn to this person. And this can very well have to do with a father figure, with the Emperor in reverse, and with some sort of unbalanced image when it comes to the male energy. So this could really be a father figure problem, or on you and the other side. So there is some sort of unhealthy element when it comes to what it means to be a man or manly, you know, when it comes to that sort of gender role or identity. It doesn't matter which gender you're identifying with or the other person, you know, it's just these archetypal energies here. So this is difficult. I'm not gonna lie. This is difficult in June to really get progress here. I think you want that companionship situation. This is Moon in Libra, so it is a lot about partnership, companionship, also putting the emotion in when it comes to this connection. Maybe you feel a little disposable for this person. Maybe you feel like, well, it's either me or somebody else. Because with all these people here, you know, in this card, I just see these 4 women and I feel like they all look the same. Maybe you feel like exchangeable. You know what I mean? Maybe you feel like you're not seen, which would make very much sense with the Star card in reverse. Maybe you're afraid that this person is not seeing you, but just for the situation. This person has eccentricity, I'm sorry. So this is Saturn in Aquarius, actually, which really is manifesting those visionary, unconventional ideas into the real world. Maybe this person as well is eccentric and kind of like is mirroring you, and that's what you're drawn to, because unconventional ideas manifested in the real world could also be the Emperor in reverse, you know, maybe like trying to live life not in the regular, normal, conservative system, but in a more open-minded, unconventional setting. Maybe there is some sort of mirroring here in this connection. And this person kind of looking away from you though, because they, I feel like, maybe have a different idea of companionship and romantic love. Maybe they're looking a little more even for romantic love, and that might also be and romantic love, I don't think in a good way, you know, more in like a bad way. And maybe that for you is enough reason to not invest into this, because you already sense like this is not something very stable. So yeah, conclusion of the whole thing is this advice card, wholeness. I am complete, whole and filled with love. I have energy. I have energy I need. You probably have energy as well, or maybe lack of energy, but I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love and gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else would be extra icing on life's cake. For your information to whoever is listening, extra icing is totally welcome, as it's obviously the most delicious part. So just be aware or meditate on the idea a little more, maybe, that you are whole as you are an entity. You don't need anybody to complete you, to make you whole, to make you better, to, you know, you are you, and everything that's coming your way you can either take or not. And of course we need certain things from certain people. That doesn't mean you're automatically codependent, that just means you're human, you know. But just be aware that it's not about the other person fulfilling you. I think people who really watch the tarot a lot, they already working much on that notion and they already know that, but I'm just reminding you, maybe this is something that you can bring a little bit more into the picture right now. And this could help you in this situation, that you within yourself are already enough, and everything that's coming your way, adding to your life, is icing on the cake. And I'm sure you have other things in your life that can add or give you something that necessarily is not this specific person. I want to draw another card for you, because I know, just feeling like it. Acceptance. Oh, that's nice too. Yeah. Probably a lot of you are going to be like, oh, acceptance. That would be a trigger for me, definitely, this card. But you know, I'm still gonna read it to you. Acceptance. When I get to know new people, I accept. Oh, maybe this is a new person. I accept their actual traits rather than the ones I project on them. Same goes for not new people. I already know. Acceptance is the delicate art that reminds us everyone is their own unique self. And probably this person is a very unique person you're dealing with. And we can't expect them to ever be anything but. Man, how do those snowflakes do it? Yeah, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. I mean, I guess for some people it's easier, for some people it's more difficult, but I do see the struggle in that you, in connections, you know, it just happens. It's very natural that you're trying to project something onto another person. All right, so don't beat yourself up, you know, Aquarius. Be gentle to yourself, but remind yourself that you are more than enough as yourself, and you don't need necessarily anybody to, you definitely don't need anybody to complete you. You might want somebody to add to you, and that's probably a good approach to go. So thank you so much for being here, and please like, subscribe, comment, come back and share if you want, so I can expand this English speaking channel here on YouTube. And it would be very helpful if you would like and comment this video, so I can have a little more reach. And I hope you have a great June, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.